All right, if you are in the stream, say hi. Let's see, we've got one viewer. So I'm just waiting for some more people to join before we do the drawing. I was out in the field today. I actually had a technician call in sick, so I got stuck in the field. Hey, Terrell. Or was it Terrell? I remember you were here last time. All right. So anyway, so I had a guy call in sick today, and so I got stuck in the field. So it's Terrell. Okay. This time I tried to remember which one I said first and second. The odds are good this time. We've got 14 entrants and we have 2 tools to give away, so it's a pretty good odds. Anyway, so I was out in the field today doing a shopper track. I'll just show you guys that here just a little bit. I have a video out on how to install a shopper track. And let's see if I've got some good pictures of this here. Okay, traffic counter. Back to where we were talking. There was doing the cable test. Make sure the cable was good. Power injector. And the back of the rack was kind of a mess, but the front of the rack was really nice. I mean, look at that. Perfect, absolutely beautiful cabling. Very neat, very managed. You don't see that very often. And there's my ladder. There's where I had to get to. Let's see here. There's kind of a front shot of it. And this is my extension ladder. I had to go 17 feet in the air with this thing, so it's kind of fun. I mean, I'm not afraid of heights, so it's not a big deal, but, you know, good old shopper tracks. So, let's see how many people we got. We got a couple. I mean, it's 6:07, so we're going to jump into it. Let's see here. Terrell has said, I've signed up for Cloudwork Pro, but they don't have work in his area yet. Yeah, and I've noticed they've got a big rollout going kind of east, maybe like east in the Mississippi, or at least the East Coast with Home Depots, doing a lot of AP swaps. Again, they're new to the industry. They're trying to compete with the big boys. And it's nice just to have another company out there competing, you know, because you don't want to have a monopoly in this industry. If you have multiple people working in this industry, then you at least have a better chance of having variety and prices being a little more flexible, things like that. If anybody else has joined, say hi in the chat. Let me know you're here. And if you're not familiar, if you haven't watched it yet, this giveaway is for a Fluke tone and trace set. And I did a video on it. I did a review video, and then I actually did another video where I was doing like real world toning and tracing. And let me pull that up right quick. And I thought that, you know, and with all my videos, I'm trying to do things that I feel like will help techs and that are really specific to this industry. And, you know, when I'm out in the field, I'm thinking, okay, this is something that a tech would need to know. And so I try to really gear my videos towards that. Today I'm going to show you how I tone and trace out phone and data. So I'm not going to play the video, but this is the video if you haven't seen it yet. That's the one where I go in and I do 7 different examples of toning and tracing. Hey, Hamza is in and Tom is in from Pueblo. How are you guys? So this is a really fun video. I thought it would be very helpful, and I had kind of got on Reddit and heard a rumor about how to tone cables that are plugged into a switch that normally you can't tone very effectively. So I used this video to kind of experiment and see if that internet rumor was true. So that was kind of fun. But anyway, all right. So we are going to jump into the drawing. Let me pull up. Hey, Hamza. I appreciate the knowledge you share with us. I'm new to this and already did about 8 work orders and have 5 stars. Boom. Hey, we got to celebrate those wins, man. You got to start with whatever you can get. But, you know, like I always say, do it with excellence. Make sure you're following all your buyer's instructions so that you get good ratings, which will help you to build a foundation. And as I always say, this is not a sprint, this is a marathon. It's going to take time to build up your ratings and build up your history. If there's anybody else in the video and you want to say hi, jump in the chat. And if you guys want to, I shouldn't say guys, if any of you appreciate, you know, what I've done with the channel and what you've learned, you can always throw a super chat on YouTube. Super thanks. Now let's bring up that. Opened in the wrong window. Closed the window accidentally. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. I've got to bring the names back into the drawing screen. Bum, 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 bum. All right, let me grab those names. Copy, paste, and then I was missing one more. Let me grab that one. It was a gentleman named Darlyn, I believe. D-A-R-L-Y-N, last initial. Okay. Close out our little ads here. All right. So yeah, obviously this video is sponsored by Cloudwork Pro. They are trying to compete with some of the other marketplaces, and I've interacted with several of their staff members and their CEO and people like that. And of course, I try to be objective on the channel and not take sides. But what I've seen from Cloudwork Pro, I really like. I love the way they've treated me as a tech and as a sponsor. And to me, that really says a lot about the kind of people they are, you know, because how you treat people that are, you know, when you're not in the public eye, I mean, to me, that says a lot. And so I've been very impressed with the things that they've done. All right, we're just going to go with this. Hey, cross fixation, how are you? A community service, man. All right, awesome. Okay, so I've got 2 of the toners to give away. I'm hoping you've watched the video and that's why you're here in the first place. Let's go full screen on this. Cross fiction, yeah, I figured it out. I think you were in here last time and it took me a second too, so you know, I'm obviously very perceptive. Anyway, the giveaway is completely sponsored by Cloudwork Pro, so I have to give out a big amount of thanks to them for giving me a budget to spend on tools, and I got to personally pick the tools, which was really awesome. They just said, hey, here's how much money you can spend it however you want. And I said, well, so last month, I tried to spread it out as much as I could. So I gave away 6 of those screwdrivers. And then I figured we would kind of ramp it up this month. And so we just did 2 tools so that we could do something that was a little bit higher value. And then next month, we're going to be doing another tool that uses all of the budget. And I'm going to be doing a review on it later on this month. And then next month, you know, after 2 weeks of that video being out, then we'll do a drawing for that one. And that's a really nice tool. It's, you know, worth like $300 or something like that. So it's fun. I mean, this is fun for me because, like, instead of you guys just watching and contributing to me, I get to contribute back to you. And hopefully I'm giving these away to somebody that can really benefit from it. And you guys can actually take it out in the field and do some work with it. So Tom, he's saying, your information has been very valuable setting up my corp on Field Nation and personally on Cloudwork. Awesome. Good job, Tom. All righty. I vamped as long as I could. All right. So let's do our first winner. Survey says, John Z. All right, so John Z is our first winner. Let me mark his name. Now, this is only for U.S. residents, so I'm actually going to draw 3 names. The first 2 are going to be winners, and the third one is going to be an alternate because we need to ship this to the United States. So if for some reason one of the first 2 people that win are not in the United States, then I'll have an alternate. So please understand what I'm trying to accomplish here. All right. So other than that, do you guys have any questions? Hop in the chat. Let me know if there's anything I can answer for you right quick before we do the drawing for the last one. And if you're curious about me, my life, service calls, videos that you'd like to see me do, I've got a list of ideas of videos that I've been trying to work my way through. And of course, I run my own business. I still do field service calls myself. I have actually 2 local businesses. So I really have to carve out a lot of time to do this. And I try to do a video a week personally. And then with the sponsorship from Cloudwork Pro, then I've been trying to do an additional video. So it's been kind of challenging to find the time, but I'm trying to do it to help out as much as possible. Let's see here. Hamza, how do I participate in this giveaway? I must have missed one of your videos. Hamza, you have to watch all the videos. Of course. I mean, I expect you to just be an absolute sold out fan, okay? I realize we all have lives. So yeah, so Hamza, what you would have needed to do was to see the review video. So if you want to prep for this one for this month, later on this month, probably the 3rd or 4th week of this month, I'll be doing a review on another tool, and that tool will be the one that I'm giving away. And so in that review video, I will explain the details on how to enter the drawing and all of that. So that is how you guys are laughing at me. See, this is fun because I don't feel like I'm doing a serious video. I mean, I'm wearing my fun Hawaiian shirt because it's a giveaway night. Feel like I'm able to let my personality out a little bit more. But anyway, so later on this month, you want to watch the review video. It'll explain how to enter, and you'll be entered for the next drawing. All right, let's see. Cross-fiction. I just got into a Cisco Catalyst switch I had put up yesterday. All right. Dad vibes for sure. Come on. I mean, I am a dad, so, I will not miss the next one. You should not miss the next one. So, all right. Anyway, final thoughts. I appreciate all you guys. That's the bottom line, is I really appreciate all of you watching the channel. I really genuinely hope that it helps you. All the stuff on my YouTube channel, I'm trying to give you guys free information, free tips, things that I felt like have helped me along the way. And I'm also using things where I'm teaching my own employees. And so when I notice something that's lacking in them, whether it's dealing with these platforms and how to do the paperwork, how to bid jobs and things like that. Not that I have my employees bid the jobs, but, processing the deliverables and doing the check-ins and checkouts and, all these little details. I'm trying to make videos to help you guys have a leg up to know how to do this more effectively so that you can get to success faster. I mean, I've been doing this for 20-something years, and I've had to learn all this on my own because people don't share the information, obviously. Yeah. So, because, techs have this, and people in general have a fear of competition. And a lot of people have they have a mentality of lack, that there's not enough work for everyone. And there really is a lot of work out there for the people that do a good job. And it is hard to get started if you're brand new, but once you've established yourself, then you're going to have a lot better time with it. So let's see what the guy said. Are both of your businesses IT? Yeah, Terrell. So obviously one of my businesses is like Field Tech Academy stuff. I'm doing contract work just like you guys are. I'm going out and doing service calls for Field Nation and Cloudwork Pro and workmarket and all of my direct clients. And that's all, when I say direct clients, I'm not talking about like local people. I'm talking about national companies that are like Field Nation and workmarket and Cloudwork Pro. They just don't have big marketplaces like them. They manage their own stuff, and so they just call me and offer service calls, on a consistent basis or repeating basis or what have you. So I do that, and then I've got a local brick and mortar business, um, and I try not to, give out too much information because I don't know the internet. I don't know what people would stalk me or do weird things or try to hurt my businesses. So that's the only reason I don't really talk about names and things like that because I want to be wise. You understand that. Um, what work do you do more of? That's a great question, Terrell. What do I do more of? I do so much that it's hard to think of it. And so between the two businesses, um, my local business is, it's small. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but I mean, it creates a decent amount of income. I mean, I can put gas in my car, I can buy food. I'm not rich. But on the contract side, probably the main things that I see are obviously network cabling, either troubleshooting it, installing it, things like that, or network hardware is a big one, going out and doing rack and stack equipment, throwing like today, I did a granite service call, um, which you guys see a lot on workmarket. Um, let's see, what did I do today? I did a little router install and I took a couple of pictures of it. It's nothing special. This stuff is not like rack mounted or anything. It just sat in a shelf. So I'm going to put the router in at a grand stream and create a dial tone. And I put a phone up at the front counter. I want to make sure, be careful with the photos. I want to show proprietary information here. Where's the photo of the phone? And that shows their cash register. So I probably shouldn't show that one. But anyway, so I do a lot of cabling, a lot of network rack and stack. I do a decent amount of traffic counters with one of my direct clients. And those are sometimes super simple and then sometimes they're super hard because you've got to deal with figuring out how to mount it in an open ceiling, and you've got red iron and it can be a mess. And so that's why I did a video on that, was to try to help you guys know about that. And also I'm wanting to do kind of another video to show how to mount things in red iron and big open ceilings. How can you suspend something from the ceiling and drop it down with maybe all thread and C channel and things like that maybe you new guys don't know how to do. So I don't do a lot of POS stuff. Let's see here. I try to catch all of your videos. It has definitely helped me. This is Terrell again. Did a job earlier this week for $300 on Field Nation. And he says, I'm a confidence booster. And that's what this is all about. That's why I do those example service calls, is to show you like what it's like. And sometimes it's hard to film in retail locations. There's a lot more I would like to do, but I've got to be careful that I'm not putting out information that's, about a specific store or, again, it's the internet. So let's see here. Okay. I would like to see some switch stuff. Yeah. I've got some videos on the switches, cross fixation. Most of the stuff with switches, though, I mean, it's pretty simple because you're just throwing it in a rack. It's more about the remote desktop stuff and using the Cisco console cables and consoling into the equipment. And of course, in this industry, we don't have to do the software side. We just do the hardware. So I did a video on what tools you need to have along with your laptop to do those types of jobs. So that's pretty straightforward. How many techs do you have? I'm thinking about adding people to my team. Man, I'll tell you, I've got one guy right now. I've needed a second guy, but I've been so busy with the channel and my other stuff, and we actually had to move our local offices this month. So I have not had time to try to hire somebody. I typically try to run 2 field techs, and then my local business, I have an employee. Employees are a mess. I mean, it's just going to add there are upsides to it. You can theoretically make more money, but it is another layer of complication. So keep that in mind. If you're going to do that, you're going to have a lot of challenges. And that's something I want to try to do some videos on too. You know, I've got a list of like 150 ideas. So I'm trying to work my way through it as much as I have time to. Um, but employees are challenging because, you know, you're putting your name out there, you're putting your reputation out there when they go out. And then you've got the whole factor of teaching your own competition because a lot of times they'll quit and try to go compete against you, which can be challenging on its own. So keep that in mind. But if you're like, I don't mean this to sound cocky, but I don't really care if one of my guys quits and tries to compete with me because I know how hard it is to get started and I know how established I am and how many ratings I have and the relationships I have with my clients. They're not going to go with somebody else. They're going to call me first. So, you know, there's that. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, cross fixation. Yeah, smart hand stuff. So anything smart hands, I mean, if you've got a brain and you've got a laptop and the right tools, you new guys can eat on those smart hands jobs. They're very, very easy, relatively speaking, as long as there's no cabling involved. So if there is going to be, if the ticket says that you may have to do some cabling, then you want to be careful if you're a new guy and don't know how to do cabling. Right, I just got a console cable yesterday to mess with it. Yep, good. Keep the videos coming. The more ideas, the better. Yep, exactly. All right. Let's draw for our second and third, our third being the alternate. So let's see who our second winner is going to be tonight. And it's William N. Mark him as a winner. And it's no fun. William and the other guy is not in the chat, so we can't like celebrate with them. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Again, this drawing and this video series, last couple of months, a lot of the videos have been sponsored by Fluke Pro. It is an online marketplace where, just like Field Nation or Workmarket, you sign up, you get tickets from them when they have tickets in your area. They are new to the industry, so they're not gonna have as many tickets as Field Nation, but they pay better, and they don't charge fees. And I like having an alternative, like I said earlier. So give them a shot, check them out. They are a high standards company, so you know you're going to get vetted, you're going to get interviewed, may or may not qualify. Keep that in mind. But nice shirt. Only you could pull that off. Well, I told you, it's party night. I'm giving stuff away. That's why I broke out the fun shirt. So, all right. So now I'm going to do one more drawing, and this will be for an alternate in the event that the two guys that I've selected already that won are not based in the United States. So this is an alternate. This does not mean you've won. This just means if something happens with the first two, I've made a drawing for the third person. So here we go on the third. And our alternate for tonight is going to be Darylin. I'm going to say that's his name. So Darylin is our alternate. All right, guys, do you have any last minute questions before we hop out of this thing? I'll look at the chat and see if there's anything going on. Okay, yep. Cross fixation, yep. Definitely sign up for them, let them know. And again, I appreciate you guys, you all. You guys have a good weekend, and I will see you in the next video, and I hope you're out there making money. God bless.